Earlier this year, I made a predictions video for the 2022 year in Halifax real estate. Now, some of these I got wrong and some of them I got right, so feel free to make fun of me all you want in the comments. But today I'm going to go over those predictions that I made at the start of this year, and I'm going to talk about where they actually ended up now that we are into December in 2022. And don't forget, I do possess a lot of superpowers, but predicting the future is not one of them. So here we go today. I'm going to review these predictions and I'm going to talk a little bit in more detail of where they actually ended up this year. Now, right before I get into this, if you like this content and you want to see more, please click the like and subscribe to my channel. I post videos every week on YouTube about the Halifax real estate market and buyer and seller tips. Also, if you want to book a call with me, you can do so anytime in the Calendar link below in my description at a time when it's convenient for you. So prediction number one, I'm going to suggest that we're going to see more of the same. So more seller's market, low inventory, high price points, tough time for buyers, great time for sellers. I just think with the inventory staying low, we're not going to see the boom that we need to create a different change in a market. So we're going to stay under 3 months of inventory, I think, and it's going to remain a seller's market in the 2022 calendar year. So we're starting off on a good note here. I did get this one right, and although the market has dropped significantly since the peak in April, we are still seeing a lot of the same trends, so more of the same. It's a tough time for buyers and a good time for sellers. That still remains the case today, even though the market has shifted quite a bit. Prices are still up. It's still low inventory overall from a historic standpoint. Now we have a lot more inventory now than we did in the spring. But overall, this year was very much more of the same, and it was a very difficult time for buyers, good time for sellers, and much more of the same kind of market conditions we've been playing in for the last 3 years here in Halifax. Prediction number two is that prices are going to be up 11% in 2022. So right now, that will put us at about $511,000 average sale price in Halifax, which is a big number. This is an aggressive prediction. I think most people are kind of thinking 8 to 10%. I'm going to say it's going to be a little higher than that. And honestly, I wouldn't be shocked to see it go higher than 11. So this one drives me a little crazy. I even said it in my prediction that I wanted to go higher and that I wouldn't be surprised if it went higher, but it was just at the time of the end of 2021, the market was absolutely exploding here in Halifax, and I really had a hard time believing it could go much further just because of the historic markets we've seen in Halifax. But I was wrong. I said 11%. We're actually up about 17.2% year to date up to December 1st. So that's when I'm filming this video. So I was off by about 6%. And honestly, it was up a lot more at the start of this year, and it's just been slowly declining since the peak in April. But I do believe we're going to end this year off somewhere right around that 17% over last year's pricing, which is going to put us right around $540,000 compared to the $511,000 that I predicted last year. So prediction number three, I think sales are going to be down in 2022 compared to 2021. So in 2021, we saw over 7,400 sales in the Halifax Dartmouth region. In 2022, I'm going to say we're going to have less than 7,000 sales. It's very simple. We can't sell what we don't have. So this one I did get right. I was a little off with how far I thought sales would be down. So far this year, we are down 24% in terms of the number of sales in HD region. So that puts us year to date, we're right around 5,400. So we're probably going to end this year, unless a humongous December happens, we're going to end this year less than 6,000 sales, which is down a lot from even what I predicted of just less than 7,000 sales. But all in all, this was a pretty easy prediction. We had no inventory, and I think most realtors, if you asked them at the start of this year, would have said, yes, we will be down in sales in 2022. Prediction number four, I'm going to say that the interest rates are going to rise in Canada this year. I think this is a pretty standard prediction across the board that everybody thinks this is coming. So interest rates, yes, the consensus was they're probably going to go up. To be honest with you, I took the very easy way out on this prediction because I didn't put a number on it. Now, I know a lot of my realtor friends did, kind of guess where they thought it was going to go. And to be honest with you, if I did do that, I would have been wrong for sure. I knew they were going to go up. All the consensus in the industry was that they were going to go up, but I did not think they were going to go up as high as they are. And honestly, they're probably still going to go up next year, but we'll wait and see what happens there. And I'll talk about that in my prediction video for 2023. Prediction number 5, I'm going to suggest that the rental market is going to remain really tough here in Halifax. So right now we have a very low vacancy rate. It's extremely difficult to find a rental in Halifax, Dartmouth area. I think this is going to continue. So the rental market, yeah, I was right on this one. It is tougher than ever out there. The vacancy rate is less than 1%. And on top of that, Nova Scotia has the second highest rent in Canada through all the provinces. We only sit behind BC. Now, I actually made a separate video on this last week about this topic, which you can see up here. So if you want to check that out, go for it. But yes, the rental market right now is a total train wreck in Halifax, Dartmouth area and throughout Nova Scotia in general. And to put it into perspective for you, since the rent cap was put in place in 2020, our rent is up almost 50% since then. And from September 2021 to September 2022, it was actually up about 35.5%. And the average rent right now in Nova Scotia is over $2,400 per month per unit on average. Prediction number 6. I think we're going to see a small burst in activity in regards to more listings coming to the market from some smaller landlords in Halifax and Dartmouth. Now, this one, I don't really have any solid data to prove this, but I can say that I did see an uptick in this with my own client base, but I can't really say yes or no in terms of, all of Halifax if this was a trend. But I have seen some reports lately in the news that this is a real concern with the rental market, is that a lot of these smaller landlords are going to be unloading properties that they can no longer afford to keep. And if that happens, it's going to bring some supply, yes, to the housing resale market. But the problem is it's going to take it right out of the rental market, because a lot of these single family homes that are being rented and a lot of these duplexes that are being rented will be sold to somebody who's going to own or occupy them, and that could be even more trouble for the rental market going forward in 2023. So there you have it. There's my review of my predictions from earlier this year, and I will say this, some of them I got right, some of them I got wrong, but it is fun to predict and then review it and see where we were at. The reality is nobody has a crystal ball. Nobody knows what's coming next year, but I will make another video early in the year in 2023 with my predictions for next year, and I'll do my best to get them as accurate as possible. And I think for fun, one thing I'll do next year is I'll make them a little bit more specific. So in other words, instead of saying just sales are going to be down, I'll actually predict how far they will be down, and I'll try to make them a little bit more specific so you can make more fun of me when I review them this time next year in 2023. If you're still here watching, thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. And if you got any value from today's video, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my future content. And until next time, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and have a great day.